let's view. Okay, this is the first recording of Rob Baxter with Dead Space 2. The session will be 45 minutes, and I'll try and talk all the way through it.
Okay.
That's okay. If I set it up how I set it up for the previous people, it should be okay. Single. Okay. Right, and I'll try and talk you through the entire, well, what you're feeling at what time, etc., etc.
Okay.
And if you jump, feel free to talk about what made you jump, etc., etc. This is just a loading screen, don't worry too much.
Sure.
Oh, and if you need a hand reading any of the prompts that turn up on the screen, because I know Naomi did because she never had contacts in, I can read them out.
Isaac, are you there? Come in, Isaac. Oh, God. I'm so sorry, Isaac. Look at the time difference. I'll call you back later.
It's okay. How you doing?
Good. You're right, Isaac. The Ishimura is a great ship. I am so lucky to be serving aboard her.
Enjoy it while it lasts. You know they're going to decommission her next year.
Isaac, thank you
For what?
for just pushing me to do this. I mean, if it weren't for you, I never would have made it this far, because you made me stick with it.
I'll just remember, I'm giving you up for 6 months so you can do this.
You know what? We must be getting an arrangement, Shake.
The only reason I'm starting this one from the beginning is because the other one I'm starting from the middle, and I want to see if context is important.
Right, okay.
So if you know what you're doing compared to if you don't know what you're doing.
We're drifting away for a moment there, Mr. Clark. I believe you were telling me about your nightmares that you've been having. About your dead girlfriend. What was her name?
Nicole. I didn't want it to end like this. I really wanted to see you again. Just once. I loved you. I always loved you.
Yes. Nicole Brennan. She was a senior medical officer stationed aboard a Planet Cracker-class vessel.
Ishimura.
USG Ishimura, yes. Part of a mining operation on Aegis 7. I understand communications went down shortly after their arrival. You were part of the repair mission. A mission for which you volunteered, am I right? What did you find aboard that ship, Isaac?
I found something.
What did they find aboard the ship, Isaac?
The marker.
Did you have contact with this marker? It made you see things, didn't it? Things you didn't want to see.
It spoke to me.
What did it say, Isaac? What did it say to you, Isaac?
Isaac. Isaac, can you hear me? Dana, I found Isaac Clark. Repeat, I have him.
Great work, Franco. Be careful. He's been out a long time.
Good. Steady. We gotta get you out of this straitjacket. Where am I? Alright, I know you're confused right now. I can explain everything, but you gotta trust me, okay? Listen, you're in terrible danger.
Okay, wasn't expecting that.
Okay. Most weren't. I must admit, I found this bit just needlessly gratuitous, but.
Yeah.
Oh, you run with left analog stick and look with right, if that's any help to you.
Am I supposed to be doing stuff now?
Now, yes. Press and hold L2 to run. R2.
R2.
It's on the right, the second button on the back trigger. R2. Yeah. And while moving that to run and that to look. It's a bit of micromanaging.
Use kinesis to pick up in.
You don't want to run towards him, it's a hint I'll give you.
I really have no idea what I'm doing.
Okay, turn to the left, there's a door. On your left, as you leave the room, is where you have to walk. That's it, to avoid the jump.
Doing a great job of avoiding anything.
That's alright. Now, if I get you through the first part, we'll see what we do. Sorry, I'm just taking over. All we need to do is run. Pressing, L2, not R2. My mistake. Sorry. Left trigger, second button, as you walk and as you look.
Right.
Okay. Circle is to go back. It's usually good to avoid obstacles. This might be a very long session.
Well, quite possibly. Yeah. Good.
Good. If I get you out of the initially violent part, you will be able to work it out for yourself.
Is that your hope, is it?
Hopefully. Whether it happens, I'm not sure. Might be too far gone. Okay. Okay. I'll hand it to you from here. All you have to do is walk forward.
And that was that way.
Yeah. Circle is to go back. Rapidly click the X button. Okay.
What am I doing by
Rapidly clicking the X button when the prompt is shown on screen. It all does work into something. As I've said in my essay, you do need to have some ability to apply context and understanding to the situation. There's no possible way you can be scared if you have no idea what's going on. So if you can't work out what you've got to do, you're not scared, you're more frustrated.
Yeah.
So, if that makes sense. And there's... Yeah.
Just bemused more than anything.
It's okay. Don't worry about using the save point, just a thing. And pressing X interacts with objects.
Okay. That looks like
The right stick will turn your view. While the left stick will move you. It's about using them together is the problem.
Yeah. Well, this is something I've never done in my life, so this is all
No, that's fine. That's fine.
been interested in, actually. What can't I see? Aha.
That was where you came from.
Alright. Yes, so we want to go back that way.
That's the one. We can't have that again. Okay. It's on your left. If you turn the right stick towards your left, you should see where you need to go.
That way.
Because just the third person view is a little difficult.
Hmm.
That's okay.
It's frustrating.
Yeah. Well, the other two are slightly different. There's one that's set camera, and then there's one that's first person. First person will be a little easier to navigate, hopefully. If you move the right stick towards your right, you should be able to see where you've got to go. There's a little door.
There is.
Yeah, sorry. Just that.
I haven't seen you.
That's okay. Try turning the other way. Turning this situation. Yeah. And just around the corner. There is this ingrained theory of games mechanics. Well, it's the same with anything. The more you do it, the more you understand it. And different genres tend to all fall into the same stereotypes and similar button sets.
Right.
So someone who's played a lot of a certain game can be knowledgeable of the controls, even if he hasn't necessarily played
I suppose,
another horror game similar.
I suppose there's nothing of any game
Exactly.
like to death.
Yes, I'll schedule you for another session tomorrow.
There's a little set of stairs on the side where I just want to point out that Naomi spent like 15 minutes in this room simply because she saw the glass floor down the stairs and assumed she was going to fall through it. I would have been absolutely fine if, with her believing that she was going to fall through the floor, if there wasn't a chair on the glass floor, proving that it was glass, rather than what she thought was an imaginary floating chair. It's to your left. It's the right stick.
So they're like cages.
Mm. Yeah, it's a psychiatric facility. It's been overrun by zombie aliens. If you turn to your left, you'll see the stairs to go up.
Now.
And to your right.
My eyes
Is that
looking
supposed
much
to be
better
here?
today, yes, don't you think?
No, that is someone completely
It
different.
hurts? Still hurts? Yes, I'll schedule you for another session tomorrow. No, I don't
Strauss.
I don't think I can take another session out. There. First thing tomorrow. Now let's talk about what you saw today. Come on, Strauss. I'm here to help you. It was black. Deep black and glowing red with symbols. Symbols whispered to me.
Symbols whisper to me.
And what did the symbols whisper to you? Come on, Strauss. What? It was just sharp. It was just sharp, but I put so much stuff in my head, so much shit in my head. There's no more room for anything. I can't remember what he looks like. I can't remember. The symbols, Strauss. What did the symbols tell you? They told me that it wasn't my fault. I didn't kill them. They didn't deserve this, and I didn't deserve this. Fucker. Put Mr. Strauss back in stasis, adjust his medication up 30 milligrams, and we'll try another session first thing in the morning.
Okay, and that's the end of that. It loops round.
Subject is Nolan Strauss, section 158. Now.
And it's always X to interact with anything blue.
That's
can be annoying as a third person view. It's something that you build up upon, right?
Come on, man. It's boy. I remember you. I said we now the key subject need to be eliminated, terminated. Where's my boy? Listen to me, man. What matters? Listen to me. We can both get out of here. Just cut me out of this straitjacket. No one's getting out of here alive. Don't do it. There's no escaping from what I've done. Take it easy, buddy. Just take it easy.
So it's taken control away from me for this little video
Yes, this little video cutscene.
loop.
It's a help pack and a flashlight in that wall locker. You should grab them.
It's just little bits of exposition to help,
Go ahead.
Context.
yeah, context.
Take it. I won't be needing it anymore.
X to pick up. Circle is to heal if you're damaged.
Mhm.
And you'll see your life reg goes up. It's X, and you'll pick up a flashlight, see where you're going.
Isaac, we're all gonna burn for what we did to you.
Clark. Isaac Clark, is that you?
If you're just the right stick to the
My name
left,
is Dana. I'm the one
Yeah,
trying to
see the
rescue you.
dog.
Why? What's going on?
You're suffering from a unique form of dementia, Isaac. Something you contracted on Aegis 7.
How do you know?
it will open, but not
How do you know
before
all this about me?
the person stops talking.
Your dementia will kill you. But
Right.
if you
There's
can
no
get me, I can
insist.
treat you and get you to safety.
Why should I trust you?
Because I'm not the one shooting at you.
Fuck.
Just follow the route I'm sending you.
Over the road.
It's elevator just in the morning, so you have to turn around and press the Dana. Technical term for elevator button.
It isn't very intuitive, is it? It doesn't move.
Lend it to you, know. There's a lot of if you turn around 180 degrees, you'll see it. Using the right sticks, right? No, it does not give a lot to you. There's a lot in modern gaming which is just assumed that the player will know, which sometimes is not always the case. And while it's absolutely fine for people who were established in the generation when they were given all the click the right stick, in fact, push it in, I'll show you something. Should just go like that, and then that'll show you where you have to go. If that's any help to you. You can do that any time just to see where you need to go. Yeah, and it's L2 L1, sorry, to aim the flashlight. And then you turn the right stick to see where you're going with it.
It just makes me feel dizzy.
So you're staring at the ceiling at the moment, so if you want to pull it down a bit. Okay. That is back where you came from, because it's the elevator. Just remember, if you're ever stuck, you can just click the stick, and it will reveal where you got to go. If you're having difficulty with the flashlight, you can always just click the stick and try and walk your way around.
I'm kind of left wondering, so what?
In what regard?
I wouldn't seek out something like this to do.
No, I think that's okay.
This doesn't grip me.
That's alright. It's all about differences. It's just a saving point. There's no need to use it.
Isn't it?
No. The only thing it'll do is keep up my hard drive. I did choose quite a mechanically heavy game as the first one to play, just because it's a contrast towards the other two, which are both mechanically light. I personally think it detracts from horror simply because you're focusing too much on what you have to do and how you have to aim and shoot, rather than atmosphere, tone.
This is much more an exercise in dexterity than anything else.
Yeah.
And I don't have the what? Annoying.
I was debating starting you with Slender, which is the mechanically easiest one, knowing the history, but I thought it was fairest, considering all the others had started with this one, to do it in the same order.
You're being eaten now.
No, you just turn, you're going back in the tunnel.
Something grab me.
Just to your left, you just turn with the right stick.
I'm not on the blue brick road anymore.
Right, no.
Oops.
Ah.
He looks unhappy.
Isaac, what happened? Are you alright?
Now this bit,
Why are you helping?
I'm not going to lie, I believe might be a little bit beyond you.
Including me.
Not if you follow my route.
I don't like this.
You don't have to like it. Just hurry before you get locked in.
There is a blue control panel on the side there, you can see. Yeah, it's a glass wall.
Is it?
Yeah, if you turn around, there's a blue control panel controlling that man hovering in space.
That way.
You can press X to interact.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Press and aim circle to grab loose objects. So you have to aim with L1 and press circle. Press and hold L1. Sorry, this is L2, the top one. And then press circle. And you can grab things that are loose.
Why would you want to?
Well, in case it's useful. It's part of the puzzle to solve the fact that you can't get out of the room. as... Sorry, I'm taking control at this point, just to prompt what to do. I had Naomi stuck at the same part. So that's the thing. So when you release the L1 button after picking something up, you drop it. But if you press R1, the corresponding key from L1, you can shoot it. So you can pick up the things and break the door. I just hand it to you to try, sorry. So circle when you're hovered over one of those things, as well as holding L1, sorry. And then you turn it on with right stick and you pull it in different ways. You only have to click it once rather than hold it, sorry. You have to hold L1, but you only need to click circle once. Well, I know, it can be a bit much.
Patrick, where are you?
I fell into a surgery pit. I'm locked in.
We'll try to break the glass for something in the room.
I'll look around.
So, while maintaining hold of L1, you then have to press R1 to shoot it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, corresponding. It's alright, it's probably on the floor somewhere. Oh, I stuck it in the floor. Unfortunately, once it's embedded in the floor, it won't come out. But there are more. 6 more tries. We'll see how we go. Okay, so if you aim it up at the glass windows, you can shoot. Oh. Right is to look around, just as a warning. You want the ones that you can walk out of, rather than the thick ones, so you want that one. Okay, there's a monster coming. You can press R1 to smack him, or you can try the pin trick. Rapid click the button, prompt is on screen. Oops. No worries.
Good.
Right. That's okay. I hope you're aware that this is now going to be sent to Peter, just as a warning. So, as to fear, I think I can clearly say, although it made some attempts, I don't think you were afraid at any point so far.
No, just annoyed or anything.
Yeah. Reason behind it being?
I don't find it intuitive. It's not particularly engaging and quite annoying.
Yeah, I'd say it's fairly mechanically heavy, which forces players away, definitely, which is the problem.
He just broke his leg. Why's it not picking up? What's the point of breaking out if you're going to be eaten by a monster? It just seems unfair.
Well, the lady wants to meet up with you, and you've got to get through the hordes of monsters. Bear in mind there will be a monster behind you, and the door is locked.
Oh, good.
Just as an example, this is just going to be a moment. I'm taking over yet again, just as a warning. No worries. It's just so I know when I'm doing the feedback. If I run through this bit, I'm just going to show you what the game expects you to do, and how long you think as a new player that would take for you to learn.
Okay.
Because it's all going to go into a part which is just me saying that the mechanics of what are bringing this game down as a horror medium, as opposed to an action medium where skill is quite important.
So you're shooting the baddies with whatever those things are, rods.
Yeah, the rods. And that's what the game expects, but I must admit, and my findings from the other players are the same, that that's incredibly heavy mechanic-wise to teach someone from the start, and it just causes them to repeatedly die, which in turn frustrates more than scares.
Yeah, I'd have been there a long time.
That's alright. If I hand you that back now, that's fine.
Hours and hours.
It's alright.
Well, I wouldn't. I'd have given up.
Yeah. That's okay. As I say, it's all positive reinforcement for my argument that mechanics aren't what make a horror game great. They're important, but however, they do detract from the main emphasis of what horror is meant to do, and that's tone and sound. Once you overcomplicate something, you what was I trying to say? When you overcomplicate something, you're forcing the player to think of something else other than the situation he's in.
Seem to have a chair on my back or something.
I think you've knocked into it, yeah. Just press X. Okay. Just press X and you should pick it up again. And you remember the heal button, which is good. We're on 5 minutes left on the clock.
Okay.
That's okay.
Oops.
Some monsters. You've got to try and find a way around them, or use the spear technique that you learned in the last room, which annoyingly is a bit too complex for any new player to understand.
Don't have anything to pick up. Seems to be having my face eaten.
But you knocked him off. And then the other one got you.
Excellent.
It's alright. Yeah, if you're struggling against the monsters, you can press R1 to punch them in the face. Tactic Naomi found useful that she just turned around to look at them using right analog stick, just as a warning. You won't be able to get over there. Watch out because he's behind you, probably.
That's the point there. Not good.
Seeing as I do believe this bit will be fairly difficult to do in 4 minutes, just to check with you what I'm trying to think of the best way to do it. What you would do differently to improve it to a new player. Not even necessarily is the point of view of a horror game, but just to improve it to make it more accessible for you to play.
What to do differently? As a horror game, you're trying to...
Not as a horror, I'm just saying, in general, to make it more accessible to play, and then I'll lead on to what would make it more better as a horror game.
To make it more accessible to play, I'd want more intuitive controls.
Okay. So the third person view is a little restricted for you.
Yeah,
where it is. Yeah. No worries.
So you gotta get around that obstacle, whatever that obstacle is.
It's a bed, and it's in the way.
That's the lift I came through, I thought.
Yep. That's some money.
Don't need money.
Probably won't need it in the time we've got, but might as well. Yeah. Okay. So the controls to be more engaging with you would make it more accessible as a player, but what would make it more improve it as a horror game? And you're a go.
Well, in this particular portion of the game, I'm not sure that the very dim light is helping a lot. I have no idea where I am, which, whilst that might be fear-provoking in certain circumstances, it just isn't in this.
It's just dark and misleading sort of thing.
Just annoying.
Yeah. It's okay.
Punch the screen there.
It's 2 minutes on the clock.
See anywhere to go back.
There's a little up the stairs. There's a little room to your top. Not up that way, for that's where you came from. But if you turn around, it's 90 degrees to your left. Now, yeah, up there. Remember, you got the R3 to see where you're going.
R3.
The clicking the look around button.
Blue Brick Road. So that's different.
Which I must admit I did like. That was one part I liked, starting this game and not knowing what to do. That you could have that blue brick road to remind you. It's just a case that sometimes the other controls can be a little bit skill required in a way that alienates new players.
I wouldn't choose to play this again.
That's alright.
Got it.
Press R1 to punch things is all that's saying, which I think you worked out for yourself. No, that was not him. Okay, right, we'll call that time.
Okay.
That's